Hi everybody, it's time to check the Kid Chess mailbox. Here's a letter.
Thanks, Sunburst. This letter is from Bobby in 3rd grade. He asks, "How do you solve puzzles? I have trouble figuring out what is going on."
Ooh, I know this one. I can help.
Okay, Sunburst. What are you thinking?
When we're not sure what's going on in a puzzle, we can set it up ourselves. Once we get good at looking at the regular board, then we can solve it by looking at the puzzle sheet all by itself.
Yes, that is a good idea. The goal of all the puzzles is to give you better board vision, which means you will be able to see more opportunities when you play your games.
Board vision is the ability to see things on the chessboard, such as unprotected pieces, the number of attackers and the number of defenders, which pieces are doing what jobs. That's board vision.
If you could think of lots of ideas when you sit down to play, you will keep your opponent on his or her toes.
When I solve puzzles, I try to think of my tactics. Tactics are short-term attacks that can lead to winning material or getting other advantages. Kids, do you know some tactics? Can you name some of them? Yeah, stuff like pins, forks, skewers, discovered attacks, and batteries.
For this puzzle, we're going to need these pieces.
Material is all the pieces and pawns on the chessboard. If you have higher valued pieces than your opponent, then you have what's called a material advantage, meaning you have more powerful pieces. Hey, those armies look almost the same. How much are they worth?
Let's ask the kids. How much are these white pieces worth? How about the black pieces?
Since both sides have equal material, neither side has a material advantage. Now we have to set up the puzzle. We set up the board to match the puzzle sheet. As you set it up, ask yourself, who has more pieces in the center? The center of the chessboard is defined as the 4 squares right in the middle, and then the surrounding area. Whichever side has more pieces in the center is probably winning, although that's not always true depending on material. When kings are castled, they're usually much safer than those who aren't. But look for where the king is safe and where he's not. If the king has only one safe square, then you might be able to force him there.
Yes, Sunburst, good idea. Puzzles are good reviews of what you already know about the ABCs of chess, king safety, and activating toward the center.
The light or minor pieces are on the board to do work quickly until the heavy or major pieces come out to do their jobs. What squares do you see that the bishop is watching? How about the knight?
I like your thinking. Those pieces are on the board to do work. They want to exert force on the board and aim for targets. The knight is one move away from the white king, and the bishop has an X-ray aimed at the G7 square to help or assist another piece to mate the black king.
What are the heavy pieces doing?
What are those heavy pieces doing? If they are looking at the king, they are doing their jobs. If not, how can we get them there?
Can I make more than one move at a time?
No. Act as if this is the position from your game, and look at what you want to do in your head. Also, think of what your opponent could do to you.
The objective of most puzzles is to find a checkmate or to win material. Mostly you do this through forcing moves from your opponent. A forced move is the only move you can make that doesn't lead to bad things happening. And sometimes a forced move may be the only legal move on the chessboard. Remember that sometimes you might have to remove the defender as well. That's another tactic that you should know. That means taking away someone who's guarding another square.
In this puzzle, white can attack with a combination and win some material, which means he gains more points of pieces than he loses. Black can mate. I'm not going to tell you how many moves because you don't know that in a real game. You figure it out. We talked about the knight check, which is an unblockable check. Maybe there is another one after that one. Practice moving the pieces inside your head. I promise, it gets easier after every puzzle you do, and it will make your game better. Maybe even good enough to beat a coach.
Well, Bobby, try to do this puzzle, and kids, you can try too. Remember to look at all the things we talked about. You'll be a pro in no time. P.S. We told your coaches the answer, so they can help if you get stuck. Good luck.